Alright, let's see what games we got here. Megan Fox? Okay, look, I know you clicked on this video for balloons, but let me tell a story real quick, please. Please, skip to this timestamp if you don't care. So my mom was the librarian of the elementary school I went to, which was annoying for a lot of reasons. One of which was that I didn't get to go home when school let out at 3:30. I had to wait for my mom to finish her work. Now, there was this other guy whose mom was a teacher, and he was in a similar boat as me, so we hung out a lot after school and became friends. One day, I visited his mom's classroom, and there was a sixth grader. My elementary school included sixth grade. The sixth grader was playing on one of the computers in the classroom, and he was playing this game. So long story short, not only is this the first Ninja Kiwi game that I played, this was the first cool math game that I played. I don't remember the name, but that sixth grader was the one who showed me the scrolls. Anyway, it's time for what you came for. Yep, this is the original Bloons. Yeah, Bloons Tower Defense is technically a spin-off, but it's a spin-off in the same way Super Mario is a spin-off from Mario Brothers. Or I guess technically Donkey Kong. I forgot exactly how that works, but that's a topic for a 20 to 30 minute video essay. Also, fuck this. So today I wanted to take you all on a journey through the history of Bloons Tower Defense. So here we are with BTD1. Yep, this is it. You got 5 towers. You got one track. You still get the little flavor text in between rounds. That's been there since the beginning. Anyway, now I imagine most people watching this are here for the nostalgia trip, but I am hoping there are at least some of you who, you had BTD5 or BTD6 as your first experience with the series, and you're unaware, never cared to look into the games that came before. For those of you in that second boat, this is going to be kind of a surreal experience. Because BTD6 especially is like super mainstream. Like it's just really weird for me to like seeing that. Because I grew up playing BTD3 a lot. So like looking at BTD6, it's like watching a kid grow up, you know? I have a friend who really likes BTD6, and he showed me those Dream Smash Bros. Roster memes. Uh, and the joke was it had a Dart Monkey as a DLC character. Can you imagine? Because if that were to happen, then we would have a character in Smash that represents Flash games. Wow, I did not in fact know that. Yeah, in this game you kind of just spam Dart Monkeys to make your defenses better. I'm trying to save up for a Super Monkey, but yep. Honestly made it further than I thought I would. Moving on to Bloons TD2. We now have an intro cutscene, multiple tracks, and a whopping one extra tower type. The road spikes in glue don't count as towers, but they are an important addition because they become a mainstay of the series. They evolve into what eventually became the whole power system in BTD6. But just like the first one, I don't expect to make it too far. They both kind of suffer from old game syndrome. The thing where old games tend to be really hard because that's where the replay value came from. I've seen some of the annoying balloon varieties like lead that force you to have specific towers to counter them. In this case, there is one towers that counters them. There's fucking 4 of you. How did you miss that? Wow, biodegradable in the year 2007? That's forward thinking. Alright, now I can show you guys the Super Monkey. Yeah, back then we didn't have the super powerful 4th and 5th upgrades for each tower. So if we need a lot of popping power, we had to just buy a Super Monkey. Oh my god, why do I have to reselect it every fucking time? Yeah, okay. Whatever, now we can move on to the real one. Bloons Tower Defense 3. Like I said earlier, this game is what I grew up playing. They didn't have Bloons TD4 on Cool Math Games for reasons I'll discuss when we get there. So this game was the most current Bloons I had access to, and we're going back to my old strategy for this one. Playing on easy because that's what I did as a kid. I'm not sure if the strategy that I always used and the one I'm going to use today would work on higher difficulties. Anyways, you might have noticed that we have a lot more tracks now, and difficulty is now independent of track. We now have upgrade paths and actual descriptions for what the upgrades fucking do. Man, it always bothered me how the fucking missile is silent compared to the cannon. Oh yeah, the Spike-a-pole was its own tower in this game. This is, I think, also the first game where the upgrades changed the appearance of the tower, at least a little bit. That antenna-looking tower is the progenitor of the monkey village. Also the progenitor of what would become the ability upgrades in BTD 5 and 6. This game also introduced target switching and the pop count stat. Beautiful thing about this strategy is that I can have a super monkey at round 24, which might not sound that impressive to a BTD 6 player, but this is the equivalent to a paragon in this game. I hesitate to say ceramic balloons were introduced in this game because, well, I've never made it all the way through BTD 2 to check, and I'm not looking at the wiki, but this game does introduce the Moab. Yeah, the monkey beacon is the first instance of a buff that can be given to your towers. Yeah, Monkey Storm. Instead of a cooldown, you just have to buy it every time, and it's just a little expensive. Let's show it off. Hello? The Monkey Storm is so powerful it could even pop a soft lock. Yeah, that's GG's. On to BTD4, which introduces background music. Tracks are now labeled based on how hard they are. But we're gonna do hard mode. Like, I get 100 lives. That's how many I had back in BTD3 on easy. The game also introduces the fast forward feature. And this game also introduced my least favorite mechanic going forward. Unlocking shit. It also introduces microtransactions, which is the reason why it wasn't put on Cool Math Games. John Cool Math had standards, and he was aware that the main audience for the site was kids passing time in school, so they did what they could to make the site at least somewhat educational. I remember in the description of Bloons TD3, there was a message saying something like, I know you all have been asking for more Bloons games, but the newer ones have redirects to other websites, so if we had that on Cool Math, then your teacher might not let you use the site anymore. On that topic, I remember my school district did eventually block Cool Math Games, except they fucked it up. They blocked the main homepage URL, but you know when you look up something and there are like sub-URLs that take you to like a specific tab of a website? Yeah, they didn't block those. So you could still play Cool Math Games by just clicking one of them. Yeah, in this game, Camel Balloons aren't a modifier, it's like its own type like lead. This game also introduced water towers. It's just the Buccaneer. Wow, look at all that money I had. Sure would be nice if I had the towers or upgrades unlocked to spend it on something helpful. I don't really care about winning, I care about unlocking what might be my favorite upgrade in the series. This is the only game in the series that has the upgrades in a straight line like this. Even Bloons TD1 had a branch path, technically. The one thing I like about the upgrades in this game is that it introduced having really powerful upgrades separate from the very powerful Super Monkey Tower. I feel like it makes the game more interesting to just not have it revolve around placing super monkeys whenever possible. Sorry if I'm not playing this as optimally as possible. Can't say I keep up to date on the Bloons Tower Defense 4 meta. Okay, I finally unlocked banana farms. Okay, I'm fucking pissed now. No more playing around now that I have every tower unlocked. Yeah, the banana farms don't require micromanagement in this game, which is really nice. Okay, we're doing quite well this run. The Jedi Monkey. This is what I play this game for. Oh yeah, this is sound design. I've turned the audio down 20 decibels, by the way. You know, I feel like it's a common opinion that new games are too flashy and visually noisy compared to old games, but I have an easier time seeing what the fuck is happening in BTD 6. Okay, last level. Place all the fucking road spikes. I don't care, I just want this to be over. God, that took fucking forever. I need a break before I play BTD 5. So this game is basically Mario Bros, but gun. I like the music. Some weird ice physics with the movement. Shooting guys gives you gems, which look like they give you upgrades when you collect them. This game is actually kind of fun. If they didn't put the blood splatters, this game probably would have been on Cool Math and been decently popular. Okay, forget what I said about this game being Mario Bros. It's actually just Risk of Rain. What do you mean this game is older than Risk of Rain? Anyways, that was kind of fun. Like, fun enough that I almost wish they gave this game the bloons treatment and kept iterating on it. Like, you know, they did more with less. And I'm not just saying this because the main character is a cute anime fox girl, and if this were to become a series with mainstream recognition, that there would be lots of fan art of the main character, such as this one that I made. Please acknowledge me, I spent way too much time and effort for a 3-second bit. Bloons Tower Defense 5, everybody! Sorry, I'm not going to show too much of this game because I think a majority of people still remember it. I think I want to do an intermediate map with water. I've already played this one a bit, so I've already unlocked a good amount of shit, so this shouldn't be nearly as painful as BTD4. Yeah, my main strat on this game is spamming ninjas and submarines. For me, the worst change they made in BTD6 is that I have to choose between advanced intel, ballistic missile, and twin guns. In this game, I can just have all of those at once. Another thing I miss from this game is how absurdly strong Ice Shards is. Like, look at this. Oh wait, they're actually getting pretty far along the track. No, my hubris was my undoing. Damn, I had hella money. I definitely didn't have— Bro, shut up! Yeah, I definitely didn't have to lose there. I just thought my defenses were fine. I'm not gonna try again though. I'm not falling into the same trap I did with BTD4. Anyways, before I end the video, let me boot up BTD6 real quick. Look at how far we've come.